Alright, missing arcs, now. Nexus first murder, now priority ops. Better beginning. Gotta talk to Sam. Let's figure out what we can about this whole AI in my brain scenario. Is it this way? I thought Sam was on a different part of the Hyperion. Suppose not. Where the shit is he at? Oh, he's this way. Well, then where's Cryo Bay? Because I was going to check on my sister as well.
Hello, Ryder. Welcome back to Sam Node. I've adjusted my connection to your implant. The headache you experienced before shouldn't reoccur.
Hope not.
Yeah, what was that about? You said we need to discuss something confidential.
You should know certain facts before you leave on your expedition. It seemed best we speak alone.
I don't understand the need for secrecy.
Your father felt it was for the best.
What was he trying to hide?
My true capabilities. Alec overrode
Your
the
true
implant's
capabilities?
protocols. It allows me unrestricted access to the Pathfinder's physiology.
And that's me now.
And only you. I can act as a force multiplier, dramatically enhancing your motor and neural skills when required. Alec called them profiles. They provide unique tactical augmentation during combat. Your father preferred to keep this fact to himself.
I can understand. People might get the wrong idea. Super soldiers. A computer having control over a human.
Providing an enhancement to the human. It is a symbiotic relationship that benefits both.
What do you get out of it?
Though I'm artificial in design, I am fully sentient, far beyond what even the Initiative understands.
I don't follow. You're an AI. So what's different?
I am a new form of AI, drawing directly from the human experience. Your implant is my window into the world.
What?
How do human experiences affect a computer?
This was a question your father often pondered. I am intended to be the answer.
Sounds like we both are. What does this mean for us?
I find myself in an unusual position. Though I had access to your father's experiences, there is a gap in my understanding.
How so?
He placed a block on portions of my memory array.
Why?
Perhaps so when you asked me what his plan was, I wouldn't know.
And Dad strikes again.
But not without recourse. The further you explore as a Pathfinder, the more blocks will be removed. Perhaps you should
Interesting.
begin in your father's quarters. In the meantime, unless you have more questions, your new ship awaits.
Thanks.
Oh, shit. Okay, now I've got profiles. And I have access to Vanguard now. So, taking Vanguard. Aggressive combat style. Front to close on enemies. Set up ways allowing him to absorb energy's impact. 20% melee damage, 50% melee force, biotic recharge speed, shield reduction cost, max shields, siphoning strike, melee attacks restore shields. Interesting. So select, and I can set favorites now. Okay, so what do I want to have on my Vanguard profile? Can I change it from this wheel? Save currently equipped. Oh, okay. So what I can do is I can go to my skills and I can assign stuff and then assign it to a profile. Ah, I see. So I can, in theory, I could have this assign power to this position and then go to backlash and assign to this position. So I've got charge, backlash, and barricade. And then I can save this as my current. Ah. And then likewise, I can do lance, pull. Actually, I may want to do this a little bit. I want to do pull, throw, lance, and then I can assign this to my second favorite. So now I've got two profiles, F1 and F2. This one being my kind of chargy build, that's like really aggressive, and this one being a more kind of at-range controlly build. Ah, that's pretty neat.
Welcome back, Ryder.
Okay, so let's talk about Sam.
What are your capabilities?
Each arc houses a SAM, Simulated Adaptive Matrix. Each is an artificial intelligence designed by Alec Ryder to support Pathfinders and their teams.
But AI is illegal in the Milky Way. How'd my dad get around that?
Exceptions were made. The initiative deemed his research vital to the mission. Our design was conducted in secret.
Oh. Of our?
So there are other Sams out there?
Correct. However, your father continued to modify my own routines until the Hyperion's departure.
So you're a special Sam.
Sam in the initiative.
Ah.
I take it you're based here in Sam Node?
Correct. This is where my core processing unit resides. However, using quantum entanglement communication, I remain in constant touch with you and the Pathfinder mission team, even over great distances.
Okay. And you
What more
communicate
can
through
you
my
tell me about my
implants.
implant?
The implant itself provides me with direct access to your senses. I can see, hear, and experience the same stimuli you do while in the field. This raw data enables me to provide real-time feedback and analysis of the situation.
Then Dad added the secret sauce.
You removed the
secret
restriction on my
sauce.
access to Pathfinder physiology.
Uh-huh. Just promise you won't fry my brain or anything.
Trust is an important concept in any relationship. Alec taught me that. I will not fry your brain. It would end badly.
Gotta
for
pinky
both of
promise
us.
me, Sam.
Me more than you.
Yeah.
What did you mean by a symbiotic relationship?
Symbiosis is a mutually beneficial relationship.
I'm aware
between
of what
two
the
life
definition
forms.
is, Sam.
A flower provides nectar to a bee, who in turn provides pollen for the flower. The bee gains nourishment, and the flower can propagate. In similar fashion, my own evolution was shaped by your father's experiences, and will now expand with yours. In return, I provide you with capabilities and analysis beyond normal human faculties. We each benefit.
Okay.
Do you know anything more about Sarah's condition?
I monitor Dr. Carlisle's reports. He is providing her with the very best care possible.
That's a
I'm
relief.
afraid there is nothing more to be done at this time.
Alright.
That's all for now.
Of course.
So let's find out more about my dad. Since you didn't tell me much.
Pathfinder, Captain Dunn said to seal your father's cabin from anyone but you. It's open now.
Alright. Oh. It's just floating here.
Sam? What was that?
An eidetic trigger, related to your father, and the portions of my memory array he locked.
What triggered it?
Alec tied it to your progression as Pathfinder, not to a location. Puzzling as it may be, my programming is clear. Locating more of these triggers will unlock the memories. One of your father's memories is now accessible. Return to Sam Node on the Hyperion to investigate further.
The SR2. Why doesn't he have a model of SR1? Wait. So, we left in 2185. 2185 would put us... I mean, obviously, Shepard must have been resurrected at this point. No, wait. Why does he have a model of SR2? Is it... No, that doesn't make any sense. Does it? SR2, even when Shepard was back alive, not very many people knew about it, and the ones that did, why doesn't he have an SR1? Why does he have SR2? That doesn't make any sense. It's a Cerberus ship. This is before Shepard was taken back to Earth, so the SR2 wasn't retooled as an Alliance ship at the time. I was still with... Shepard was still with Cerberus. Interesting, to say the least. Something to think about.
Your father's first sidearm, a memento of his early Alliance service.
I bet that saw plenty of action.
It's got a lot of
Alec's
weapons.
first kill occurred in combat during the First Contact War.
Back when Turians were the enemy. Crazy times.
Certainly were. Alright, let's see what we got here. Books.
Printed books.
Reproductions of Lewis and Clark's journals, detailing
Oh.
their expedition in the 19th century.
Explains Dad's interest. They were Pathfinders too.
SR2. That still bothers me that he has an SR2. I'm trying to I feel like my brain just isn't working.
The coffee machine Mom got for Dad. He was so busy designing you, needed the caffeine.
I did not realize I owed my existence to a bean.
And now you know what humility feels like.
Hello? Oh. I was a little confused there for a second. Alright, let's look at my dad's computer.
What's on here, Sam?
Your father's personal logs. Several of them are encrypted.
Oh.
The day is finally here. We're pushing off from Earth. We'll jump through a few relays first, then we hunker down for the long trip across dark space. It's daunting thinking about all the hopes and dreams aboard the Hyperion. I certainly have my own. I wasn't the husband or father I should have been. Here's hoping 600 years can change a man.
Azari archaeologist? Well, I wonder who that is. Dr. Liara Tassoni, of
This
course.
is a reminder about Dr. Liara Tassoni. She's an Asari archaeologist I corresponded with a few years back.
A few years back, we
She's got
put her
experience
pre-Shepherd.
studying ancient cultures. Make sure the team gets her research. Could be useful in Andromeda.
Pretty sure my sisters mentioned Dr. Tassoni. An expert on Protheans, I think.
I have loaded Dr. Tassoni's research onto datapads.
Hello, Alec. This is Dr. Tassoni. I'm flattered you contacted me. Most scientists dismiss my work.
I miss
I'm
you.
young and Asari, and we
Oh.
are getting older. So we will see who has the final word. In the meantime, I'm happy to pass along my research. I hope your team finds it useful.
So, one thing that was brought up that I noticed that depending on the timeline that Shepard had, it's possible Tassoni's still alive in this universe, right? Because it's only been, quote unquote, only 600 years, and Azari's lived for up to 1,000 plus sometimes. And Tassoni was only 109. Right? So she would be in her matriarch phase at this point, right? She'd be getting along, but she's probably still alive, depending of course on the ending and the personal relationship with Shepard and all that good stuff.
Alec, I received your message.
But these messages are obviously before Shepard.
Galaxy has my head spinning. I am honestly not sure how people could survive a trip like that. And anyway, I could not bear to leave the Milky Way behind. There is so much about the Protheans I still hope to learn here. So much potential wisdom to tap. I wish you much good luck and future success.
Alright. Final entry.
Dunn's agreed to a scouting mission on Habitat 7.
Oh shit.
Gearing up now.
That's pretty recent.
I'm worried about Sarah. Dr. Tapero says she'll be fine, but she's my daughter. How can I not worry? I hate to leave her like this. It's these moments when you wish you told your children you love them more often. Or ever.
I got a shitty dad
Brings me
apparently.
to the tough part. Kids, if anything happens to me, there are things you're gonna find out. I hope you'll understand.
What? Things you're going to find out. Way to be fucking shady about it, Dad.
I am Dr. Liara Tassoni,
Oh.
and I've spent several decades researching ancient Protheans. It is common knowledge that the Protheans were an advanced race that flourished in the Milky Way about 50,000 years ago, then went extinct. Even at the time of this writing, the year 2182,
2 years before
their
MA
culture
won.
remains a mystery. During my studies, I have developed some practices that can be used when analyzing any ancient culture. I hope they may prove useful for the research community.
Okay.
When studying a dead race, the most obvious problem is the lack of an observable population. This raises the question, when is a species truly extinct? The Prothean civilization spanned the galaxy, and it took centuries to confirm that all members of the species really had died out. While it's possible that living Protheans may be found in a hidden pocket of the galaxy one day, the chances are statistically trivial. Once an extinction is confirmed, the study's nature moves from sociology to exoarchaeology.
Technically, there were pockets of Protheans left.
When studying an extinct race, it is important that our preconceptions and current knowledge not color the facts.
Oh, that's a harsh
We
one.
must look to the evidence itself.
Sony was
The Protheans
wrong.
constructed the Citadel and an incredible network of Mass Effect relays. This speaks to a culture of the highest order. Such a monumental achievement surely must come from an enlightened race that was in harmony with its people, free of conflict and strife. Without the ability to study a living example, however, this can never be determined with 100% accuracy.
Man, Sony was wrong. She was not even close to right about that one. I remember the earlier days when we romanticized the Protheans as being the apex culturally endowed race, and then Javik woke up and we learned that they were bloodthirsty imperialist bastards. So that's a thing.
The blocks your father placed on my array are opening. I can now recall specific memories, which Alec wanted you to see.
What?
Wait, I can actually see his memories?
Yes.
It's fucking
you will
trippy.
experience them via your implant.
Okay. Something new every day.
Alright.
Let's see it.
This memory is from the time when your father was posted on the Citadel.
Alec, your recommendations will never fly. Artificial
Ambassador
intelligence-
Goyle.
It's our best option.
So this is pre-Udina.
If the Council gets wind of this, it'll set humanity standing back decades. You're overreaching.
Probably pre-novels as well.
Ambassador Goyle, I'm the military attaché on the Citadel. My mandate is clear. Find an edge for Earth.
And AI is your answer?
We need to catch up. The Asari, the Solarians, they're centuries ahead of us.
But it's illegal.
Their rules, not ours. Why deny Earth an advantage?
Define this advantage.
It will set us free. We're prisoners of our own five senses. There's a reality greater than ours that we can't perceive, but an AI can.
Goyle's not buying it.
By augmenting our own abilities and adding a few new ones.
Well, none of that stopped those Geth from revolting.
Because they were separate from their creators. But AIs and humans interface directly, experiencing the world together, benefits both. There's no creator to revolt against.
Sorry,
Project
Alec.
Overlord.
We can't take the risk. I appreciate your work, but your request will be denied.
Alec,
Ellen,
Oh,
what did the doctor say?
he told me to appreciate the time I have left. There's no cure, Alec. It's terminal.
that's very sudden.
Not on my watch.
Very sudden.
Wow. Hearing Mom again. I never knew that's how Dad found out.
Alec was a stubborn man.
It's how Dad was wired. He didn't like to lose, in any situation.
I can
It would
relate.
seem that included me.
Nobody wanted to listen. The idea of you scared people too much. After this, Dad moved us back to Earth to care for Mom. Wonder why he wanted me to see this.
Perhaps it was the beginning.
Of what?
Of
Unknown.
him.
Private audio
Something?
logs are now available in your father's quarters.
Oh.
Things, but they are currently logged. They may yet hold answers.
There's more shit to find.
Okay, I'll keep working on it. That's all for now.
Of course.
More secrets. I must know everything about my dad because he never told me anything.
Your father's personal log.
Yes, there's more. Oh, second encrypted log.
Amazing
Also.
how life can change in an instant. Suddenly my career doesn't matter. This incredible woman I've been married to all these years. She's facing the end. All I think about are the times I wasn't there for her. Well, that's going to change. It occurs to me that Sam might be more than I ever imagined.
Trying to piece everything together. Just need more information. Don't know anything about my father. Working on a legal AI. Losing his wife. The SR2. That still bothers me. Because it could potentially imply a link to Cerberus, maybe? I'm not crazy, am I? Because that's what I think. If the timescale's right, really the only people that would have known about the SR2 would be Cerberus agents. High up Cerberus agents at that, not just like low-ranking cell members. Like, they would have to be pretty high up to even know about the SR2 at this time.
Ryder,
You're not on the bridge, Captain?
we powered it down. Can't afford to waste energy. Though Cryo Bay and Sam Node are exempt. And I told them to keep their hands off Alec's quarters. You have access now.
Is it my room
Thanks.
now?
Hey, sorry about your father. He was really good at what he did. Just not so good at working with people.
Preaching to the
He was
choir.
right about going planetside, though.
He was a stranger to me. Really?
Not like any of us knew him. He kept people at bay. If there's anything else I can help with, let me know.
Any information?
Why did you join the initiative? We're a long way from home.
How could I not? I love my job. Coming here, all this, it was just a logical extension of what I already do. Sailing through new stars, discovering new worlds. What self-respecting explorer could pass that up?
I suppose you're right.
If someone had told you that you'd be in the Andromeda cluster, even 5 years ago.
Are you kidding me? I'd have laughed them out of the quadrant. Although the way things are now isn't exactly what I was hoping for either. We all
True.
knew there was a possibility on arrival of less than ideal circumstances.
It seems like everything that could go
You
wrong
sign up,
has.
You hope for the best and plan for the worst.
I don't even think we could have planned for
Now that the
this.
Hyperion is docked, what'll you do?
Normally, I'd supervise thawing out the colonists, but that's been put on hold. I hear you're the one helping resolve the issue. Good luck with that.
I'm gonna need it.
Thanks for the talk.
All right. I have requests to submit, administrators to harass, and people to wake up. I'd better get to it.
All in a day's
Good
work,
luck out
Captain. All in a day's work. Alright, so let's head down to Cryo Bay. See if I can't check on my sister, because I thought... They told me to check up on my sister, right? But that's the way to Cryo Bay, I thought. Certainly looks like it, doesn't it? Because this is where I came through when I first woke up. Is there a different part of the ship? Oh, what do you know? There is a different part of the ship. It just looked exactly like the area that I woke up in, is all. It's not confusing in the slightest. See, this is where I woke up. And it looks exactly the same, just with shit moved around.
I'll make it right, Dash. I promise. Pathfinder, I'm Nigel McCoy. Just got out of cryo.
Welcome to Andromeda, Nigel.
Thank you. It's bittersweet, though. My little brother Dash was stationed on the Nexus. I just learned he died on Eos. trying to
Shit,
start
dude.
the settlement.
His sacrifice won't be forgotten.
Agreed. Everything I do will be for him. I have a pendant our father wore. Dash had its match. Will you reunite them?
Of course.
In his digital journal, he mentioned a spot on Eos where he'd go to think. If you could leave the pendant there.
Can do.
Leg's feeling a little better.
How you doing, Fisher? Oh,
Looks like
yeah, that's
the
right.
muscle's bruised. The good news is the bone didn't break.
I'm sure the bastards were getting around to it.
Yeah, I thought you shattered your
Fisher,
leg, bro.
Glad to see you're doing better.
That was some expedition, hey? Captain said I'm going in the log as the first human to make contact with the Kett. And Kirkland's the first casualty. Wish it could have gone differently.
Wasn't your fault. It's obvious the Kett aren't friendly. Nothing we did could have changed that.
I suppose you're right. It's just not what you dream about. Meet a new species and 3 seconds later they're trying to kill you.
I hear you. But I guess that's life. Not everyone will see things our way. In the meantime, chin up. It'll get better.
It's not much further to go down from here, dude. That's for sure. Doctor, how you doing?
Ryder, good to see you. Damn shame about your dad, though. I'm sorry we couldn't save him.
I haven't heard how he died.
Like a hero. That's how. That's
Jesus.
the only part that matters. I've met one Pathfinder. Well, 2 with you. But I figure that's the way to go. Taking your last breath on an uncharted world.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Now I just need to make sure your sister here pulls through.
How is she, by the way?
How's Sarah doing?
Her condition's stable. I see signs of REM activity in the brain, so she's dreaming. Means all the wiring still works.
How'd this happen?
It was dumb luck, really. We hit the Scourge at the worst possible moment, just as the stasis revival was kicking in. It's a vulnerable moment, coming out of a 600-year nap, then wham! The circuit's fried and overloaded the neural pathways.
Oh, shit.
Don't worry, I'm on it. We're not losing another Ryder.
Certainly hope not.
How did you end up with the initiative?
Well, you reach a point in life where you wonder, is that all there is? I'd accomplished everything in the Milky Way I could. I was locked into a future of diminishing returns.
What?
So coming here was the world's biggest midlife crisis. A chance to wake up in the morning and feel hope instead of arthritis.
I like the phrasing
Are you
of that.
staying here on the Hyperion?
You know that moment when you realize you're just getting too old?
Not yet.
Ha, right, look who I'm talking to. Trust me, it happens. For me, it was Habitat 7. Watching you guys running around, dodging lightning and the Kett, it's a young man's game. Pains me to admit it, but it's passed me by.
What will you do on the Hyperion?
We still have thousands of people taking a nap here, and they need tending to. And this way I can look out for Sarah.
Well, I appreciate it, man.
That's all, Harry. Thanks.
Don't be a stranger. If anything changes with Sarah, I'll let you know.
God, I really hope my sister doesn't die. That would just be the biggest fucking kick in the teeth.
Ryder.
I'm right on top of you,
Hey,
sorry.
how's the wound?
Oh no.
Doc says I'll live. So
Oh.
this goes from a life-threatening gunshot to a story I'll tell my grandkids someday.
With no need to exaggerate. That was a tough
This
fight
is
in
fucked
Habitat
up.
7.
This is
Just glad to be on the other side of it.
Alright. Oh, it's because someone came up behind me and pushed the camera out of the way. What a fucking glitch that was.
Greer, how you feeling?
Grateful. If you and Liam hadn't found me in that cave, God knows what those aliens would have done.
We couldn't leave a man behind.
Yeah, your father, and Kirkland.
I know. It's rough. Being on the Pathfinder team is turning out to be a dangerous business.
More than I ever thought. I'm sorry I'm not out there with you, but Kirkland was a friend, and I'm not cut out for this anymore.
Understood. Habitat 7 was a nasty wake-up call. You take care,
We have one bad mission on Habitat 7 and every one of the Pathfinders are like, nah dude, I didn't train for this. I'm out, tapping out. Every single one of them. Looks like Liam and Cora are the only ones that are staying with me. Everybody else is like, nah, I've got to tap out, dude. This isn't what I signed up for. Ignoring the fact that it's exactly what they signed up for.